The main challenge we face is getting young people in the first place. We find that referrals, traditionally when we first started the project 4 years ago, we used to rely on connections to send all those through, so we get a list of young people through. And what we find at the moment is we're not getting that list through, mainly because connection services have changed so much, and some areas connection services aren't there at all. So we have to be a bit more proactive in getting young people in. So what we now have to do is get a bit more out in the community and find new ways of getting young people in. We're actually there knocking doors a lot more than we used to. We're doing targeted mail shots a lot more than we used to. We're doing community events just to raise awareness of our projects, just to get young people in. We're doing a lot more stuff via word of mouth. And we're also just very more recently starting to use social media as just a way of getting the word out. Just trying to get the name of our project out and let young people know there is opportunities like this if they're not sure what they want to do next. Sometimes we can also get problems with the type of young people we're trying to engage as well. We get young people, such a wide range of young people with this cohort. We get young people that might be academically skilled but just need a bit of confidence. But then we can also get young people that are seriously affected by a lot of different issues. They could come from broken homes, they could be homeless themselves, they could have come from a care environment, could be affected by substance misuse, which is something that we've come across before. We get a lot of young people that haven't had a sense of routine for a long time if they've been excluded for a long time. And what we have to do with all these young people is work with the different support agencies that are in place and take a very close liaison with them just to make sure that the support is in place for young people outside of the centre. So when they come into centre, that's not the primary focus that's with us. They can focus on the upskills and being involved with the sessions and looking at the qualifications and just bettering themselves so they can go in and do something a bit more long term. That's very important. So it just takes a lot of liaison and just making sure these young people have got everything they need so they can come to us and give it their all, and then just basically build themselves up really, build up the confidence, build up the skills, and then they're much more ready to go on to something, and they're much more likely to stick to it, and they're much more likely to engage to it as well. So they're finding a lot more success going on to employment, going on to education, and sticking with it for the longer term.